Hey gamers! Soulslike game is a challenging action RPG inspired by the Dark Souls series, known for its tough enemy strategic combat and intricate level design. In this video, I'll tell you what Soulslike games to play if you're new to the genre. From the easy to play into the hard you can play. I know some of you disagree with the ranking, but that's okay. All I know, these game is a must-have for Soulslike fan. Alright then, without further ado, let's get started. Thymesia is a game like Dark Souls but a forgettable story. The game doesn't have a stamina bar, so you can fight without worrying about getting tired. This makes combat more flexible and fun. Thymesia also offers a strong customization system. As you play, you collect memory shards to upgrade your character, Corvus. The talent tree has many options, letting you change how you play. If you find parrying hard, you can choose a talent that gives you a permanent defensive boost instead. This customization helps you adapt the game to your style. Overall, Thymesia a great choice for both newcomers to the genre and seasoned players looking for a challenge. Code Vein is a captivating Souls-like game that blends anime aesthetics and gameplay mechanics. In Code Vein, you get an AI partner to help you out. This partner makes the game less brutal without taking away the challenge. Some hardcore fans think that the companion system makes the game too easy. The AI partner can distract enemies, give you HP, and even resurrect you. This takes away some of the difficulty the genre is known for. The communal gifts that boost your team's stats can also make some battles feel too easy. Whether you're a longtime Souls-like fan or a curious anime enthusiast, Code Vein is definitely worth checking out. Mortal Shell is an indie game released a couple of years back, made a big splash in the Souls-like genre. Unlike some other games in the genre, Mortal Shell isn't as intimidating. You won't have to worry about surprise attacks from NPCs or other players. Plus, the skill trees and weapons are easy to understand and max out. The game itself isn't huge like Dark Souls or Bloodborne, so finishing it isn't as overwhelming. There's also a handy move called hardening that helps you out when things get tough. Overall, Mortal Shell is a great starting point for newcomers. It's forgiving compared to other games in the genre, but still offers a satisfying challenge. The Surge 2 is a game that takes the challenging style of Souls-like games with unique sci-fi twist. The game takes place in Jericho City, a dark futuristic world filled with deadly robots and enemies in high-tech suits that making the game feel fresh and exciting. The combat in The Surge 2 is tough but fair. The game lets you target and cut off specific enemy limbs to get their gear, which adds a strategic element to the battles. Your character wears an exoskeleton, and you have to make smart choices about what armor, weapons, and perks to use. This is especially important during tough boss fights, where changing your gear can be the key to winning. Remnant 2, from developer Gunfire Games, shows that a simpler approach to the Souls-like genre can still be exciting and rewarding. While From Software games are known for their tough challenges, Remnant 2 offers a friendlier entry point for new players without losing the key elements that make Souls-like games great. Remnant 2 is easy to understand, both in its story and its gameplay. The gameplay focuses on weapon mechanics that are easy to pick up and fun to use. Even though Remnant 2 is more accessible, it still has the depth and challenge that experienced players love. Plus, with adjustable difficulty levels, everyone can find a challenge that matches their skill level. Wolong Fallen Dynasty is Team Ninja's newest game in the Souls-like genre, and they've gotten really good at it. Building on their Nioh series, Wolong has a combat system that's both exciting and rewarding. Instead of focusing on heavy attacks like Dark Souls, it takes a page from Sekiro, emphasizing deflections and managing your spirit meter. The combat is the best part of the game. You'll need to master deflecting attacks to keep your spirit meter up and avoid damage, especially from unblockable moves. Not only that, a cool feature is the morale rank system. This adds a natural difficulty curve to each level, encouraging you to explore and play thoroughly. Lords of the Fallen is a great addition to the Souls-like genre, blending elements from other games while maintaining its own unique style. The character creation and early tutorials are designed to ease new players into the complex systems without overwhelming them. Like all Souls games, there's a learning curve, especially when it comes to mastering combat techniques and understanding enemy patterns. With multiple classes and customization options, new players can find a play style that suits them. The game allows for experimentation without punishing players too harshly for making mistakes. If you're new to this type of game and looking for a manageable yet rewarding entry point, this game is a solid choice. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is a fantastic game that stands out as one of the best Star Wars games and one of the top Souls-like games. The fighting in this game gets more fun as you learn cool Jedi moves. You can use the Force to pull or push enemies, which feels awesome. You gotta be smart about when to use regular attacks and when to use Force powers because you get your Force energy back by hitting bad guys. And like in Dark Souls, dying in the game is tough. You lose some experience points when you die, and to get them back, you have to go back and beat the enemy who got you. It's a tough but cool way to learn from your mistakes and feel awesome when you win.
Hands off.
Bloodborne is a special PS4 game that's both spooky and beautiful. Bloodborne has an interesting story about religion gone wrong. You'll fight bosses like evil priests and see twisted worshippers. As you progress, the story gets wilder in a way that's both shocking and exciting. Bloodborne changes up the combat from the Souls games. You need to move quickly and attack rather than rely on a shield. There's a cool health regain system where you can get back some health by hitting enemies soon after they hit you. You also get a firearm for staggering enemies, though ammo is limited. Weapons can transform, offering different styles of attack, and this keeps the combat fresh and exciting. The Demon's Souls remake for PS5 brings back a classic game with better graphics and new features. Developed by Bluepoint Games, it stays true to the original while making it even better. The gameplay feels remarkably smooth and responsive, and mastering the art of parrying is key to success, but Demon's Souls is more than just hard fights. It has cool level designs, different ways to fight, and neat online stuff. You can leave messages for others, see their mistakes, and even join their games. Not only that, you can now stash items, making it easier to manage your stuff. This remake adds small improvements that make a big difference. Dark Souls 3. Why I recommend Dark Souls 3 is because slower paced, easier to get accustomed to, and generally has a lot more content that will introduce you to the Souls series. Dark Souls 3 also have incredibly smooth controls, very nice graphics, and a lot more forgiving than its predecessors. Defeating bosses is a major thrill, with each one offering a different challenge. The DLC adds even more excitement, with fantastic bosses and storylines. Not only that, multiplayer adds another layer of fun, with various factions and modes to join. Elden Ring is a real challenge for new players. The bosses are really hard to beat, and the game doesn't give many instructions. But the open world and freedom make it exciting, even if the combat is tough. The tutorial is hidden in a big hole and only covers the basics. The combat needs you to be always alert, which can be hard for new players. However, Exploring and finding treasures makes each defeat feel like just a small setback. Elden Ring isn't for everyone. Its difficulty and combat style might turn off those who like simpler games. But if you like a challenge, Elden Ring is full of wonders and excitement. Lies of P is a cool new game in the Souls-like genre. It mixes tough combat and detailed levels with new features that make it easier for beginners. The story is based on Pinocchio and changes depending on the lies you tell. This makes the game interesting and worth playing again. Combat is tricky but fun. You get different combat options and upgrade slowly, so you can make your character how you like. The enemies have different weaknesses, adding more strategy to fights. Lies of P is more than just a Souls clone. It's a masterful blend of combat and storytelling that deserves recognition alongside the genre's best. Sekiro. Sekiro did things differently. You play as one character with one weapon. You have a few gadgets and abilities, but the key thing is Sekiro lets you time your blocks. Sekiro's time block is easier and safer, though it rewards you less. Blocking is mandatory in Sekiro, making it feel like a rhythm game. You can block, dodge towards attacks, or jump over sweeps. This makes every fight in Sekiro a back-and-forth battle. The game tells you when to use specific moves, and you have to respond correctly. If you like the recent Souls-likes, you're ready to take on Sekiro. Give it a try and see how much you've improved. In this first place, we have Nioh 2 is an action RPG set in 16th century Japan. It's known for its challenging gameplay, similar to the Dark Souls series. Once you get the hang of Nioh 2, the combat, skill trees, and other systems are incredibly satisfying. Each weapon has 3 stances: low, mid, and high. Switching stances during a fight can give you more ki back, so learning them is important. Not only that, the concept of the yokai shift, where you can utilize your half-demon heritage to unleash tremendous power on your enemies, making it different from other Souls-like games. It's not just about learning enemy moves, but also managing your own moves and resources. This combination makes Nioh 2 unique and challenging. And that's it for today. What do you think about this list? Like I said at the beginning, some of you maybe disagree with the ranking, but that's okay. Please share your favorite Souls-like game to play in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video, and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss another amazing list. And as always, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.